This is KUGAN CASSIUS for Eiffel TV in association with Veterans Gym Marbella. We're in Liverpool here for the weigh-in for All or Nothing. With me I have trainer Joe Gallagher. How are you, Joe?
Alright, KUGAN, you?
Very well, thank you very much. It's a few days obviously since coming back from Oakland, and had a little bit of time to look back on it and assess the whole weekend as a whole, shall I say. Start with the weight issue, Joe. You know, what comments can you say about that? Hasn't already been said?
Yeah, nothing really. Paul, he held his hands up. It was just a miscalculation and water retention on the flight over, and it's easily done, and that's all there was to it. We're not going to put a kid stripping loads of weight off him at the last minute and doing stuff like that when it's got to affect him. So it was just a basic miscalculation of the scales. We didn't get the championship scales till Wednesday night, and that's no excuse. You're supposed to have your own scales and all the rest of it, but anyway, it's what it was now. And you know as well, KUGAN, it's not a world title fight. It wasn't for a belt. It was a catch weight. You'll see today 10 contests weighed in here today, one at championship. There'll be 9 here, and there is tonight all over. There's plenty of people turning up a pound over, £2 over. Paul's £4 over. It was unprofessional on his behalf. He's held his hands up, and like you say, that's it. Obviously,
we know previously to that fight what a good fighter Andrade is, but how did the weight affect Paul in the ring going into that night?
No, I don't think it did. Andrade Ward was Andrade Ward. The plan was to keep it tight early on. I've heard people say, "Oh, Paul should have gone in for it early." I'm like, what? If Paul would have gone for it earlier, we would have got cut earlier, we would have got took apart earlier. And the plan was, Andre hadn't done 12 rounds for a while. It was just to take him down the stretch and see what we could do, but keep it tight early on. We'd watch the Arthur Abraham fight and stuff like that, and we thought, well, there's bigger and better tried at going for him, and haven't succeeded. And listen, Paul Smith has done no worse than other fighters that have gone over to America and fought pound for pound greats.
I read some comments quoted by you to say you urged Paul Smith to retire now. Is that correct?
Yeah, listen, I think Paul Smith has been boxing 22 years. He's been Commonwealth Games silver medalist, been in the contender season. You think of that contender season, how long ago that was. Been British champion now. He's fought Arthur Abraham twice. Where'd you go from there? What he can do? He's got a job on Sky. He's a great pundit. His missus on the way. He's got 3 good paydays. How can you come back and get motivated and come back down to domestic or whatever? Unless there's a Chavez or whatever. I just think for Paul, it was hard to see him getting cut and then his nose going. It's just like he's got nothing else to prove. All boxers, when they turn professional, wants to test themselves against the best, and Paul Smith has done that with Arthur Abraham and Andrade Ward.
What is his mentality as it currently stands? Is he contemplating obviously retirement or?
No, Paul's just got to take time out. He's like I say, he's had a tough year, 3 hard fights. He's just got to take time out, enjoy the summer, enjoy the birth of his new child on the way, and sit back and see what happens, and that's it. But like I say, in my opinion, I don't want to see the kid getting hurt or anything else. Not only that though, it's got lost to Andrade Ward. Why come down a level and possibly lose or have life or deaths with kids that you could have easily dispatched with years ago?
And a good gesture by Andrade Ward regarding the fine.
Yeah, gentleman in the ring and outside of the ring. Such a great guy, and I think he's very misunderstood, and his personality doesn't seem to come across as well as you do when you meet him in person. I think people take him wrong. He's a real nice gentleman.
Let's talk about the fight tomorrow night. Obviously, Callum Smith on paper has his biggest test today against Christopher Rabras. Yeah. What sort of test is Rabras going to be for Callum?
A huge test. People forget he was European champion. He was ranked as high as the WBC number 3 at one point. I think he's number 9 at the moment. He came over here and pushed George Groves well, and George got some unnecessary stick for that by saying it wasn't George Groves. When you sit back and watch that fight, Christopher Rabras fought really well, made George work hell, and this is a real stern test for Callum Smith tomorrow night. He's got plenty of championship rounds, Rabras, and this is the third after Bioise, Shalaka, 3rd big test for Callum Smith's career, and I'm expecting a distance fight and getting the win any means necessary. If it's points, I'll be happy with that.
Obviously, with Callum Smith going down that WBC route, you know, and spoke about it in the press conference yesterday, there's a possibility sometime next year that Groves and Callum could meet, but does Callum have to make a statement tomorrow if he stops Rabras? Is that important or not?
Nah, listen, Callum Smith always got to go there, take care of business, get the win. Like Shalaka, it wasn't a case of doing it better than Arthur Abraham. Same tomorrow night, it's about getting the win. These are good learning fights against good opponents that have mixed up world class and the European level, like Shalaka and Christopher Obrase, and it's all good learning fights for Callum Smith, and he'll learn in these. And like you say, if he wins this, I want Callum Smith to just take care of the British title business, and then we'll look at another fight and try to get the winner of that Badou Jack George Groves fight.
Callum Johnson also on the bill tomorrow night. Just ticking along, Callum Johnson at the moment, waiting for some sort of breakout fight for him.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, new season. Obviously, Bob Adjusef there won the Commonwealth a couple of weekends ago. He's British and Commonwealth, and we'll be looking to put Callum Johnson in the mix now in the new season. And this is his last one, and he'll be ready to go.
KUGAN Crawler obviously fight next month in their world title fights, and just a little update on their
training's going really well. I'm really pleased with Anthony Crawler. I'm a bit worried that they've got to peak a little bit too soon, the pair of them, but it's great. It's funny how the two of them have boxed on the same bill together for the last year or two, and they seem to have been all dress rehearsals for the big night, which is July the 18th.
And just finally, obviously, Liam Smith, we await news of a date for him. What's his current situation, Joe?
I don't know. Last time Liam was told he was got a fight possibly in July. That's not happened now. Then he's being told that he's fighting September the 5th. There was a notice there saying fighting Chris Carlslow. Liam was in the gym yesterday and he informs me he don't think it's got to be September the 5th now. So Liam, he's been training well. He's been in America for a month. He was sparring with Hassan Nadam, getting good sparring over there. And you know, Liam, he's firing at the moment. He's on a really good learning curve, and I just want that to carry on. He's warm. He's a kid. He's like a football striker at the moment. He's hot. The kid's hot.
I spoke to Frank Warren the other day regarding there was a possible fight there with Demetrius Andrade. What was the situation regarding that, in your opinion, Joe?
Liam said to me they'd offered him the Demetrius Andrade fight. His manager Matthew Macklin, lads at MJM, Daniel and myself had a chat about it, and we all agreed Liam, from the level that he's been fighting at, it was too much of a quick big step to go and fight Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade, world champion. We've seen Brian Rose when he was British champion. Brian Rose had a few of them international fights before it, and it still wasn't good enough for Andrade. I just thought it was just too big of a step too soon. So that was the decision. Then Liam came back, and like anything, Liam says, I'll fight him. I said, yeah, but listen, we'll take the fight. How much? And from what I heard, it wasn't enough money to fight for the world title. So Liam said, nah, I'm not fighting. Because I said to Liam, well, listen, there's enough money on the table, we'll fight him. Do you know what I mean? We're in the prize fighting business, and the reward's got to be worth the risk. But from what Liam and the rest of the lads have told me, the money wasn't good enough.
All right, Joe, I think the weigh-in's just about to start. Brilliant. So thank you very much for your time.
Cheers,
we'll catch up with you soon.
Cheers, thank you,
Cheers.